Good morning. We need to work on getting our gravel area all set up and ready for the workshop. We have quite a bit of fill we need to bring in, and we've been dealing with some crazy weather. A lot of rain, so everything is muddy, but the worst part is there's a bunch of rain still in the forecast. So if we don't do something about it, it's just gonna get worse. So I gotta get down there and finalize setting up the grade. We had it roughed in, and now I gotta get the exact spot now that we got all the other piles out of our way. So I'm gonna grab the transit, get those marks done, and then we're gonna be bringing in a bunch of gravel to get a nice pad area flattened off and nice and sturdy. All right, I'm hoping if I stick this out here, this will be out of the way. I usually end up always putting it somewhere that ends up being in the way, or it's in a spot where a piece of equipment is in the way, so you can't use it in every area. That means it's good. All right, let's grab the transit and get some marks marked on our four corners. All right, we're trying to establish a base level again. Okay, so if I do a foot from there, yep, perfect. All right, so now we have our four corners set out. Then we're also going to go 10 feet past each stake on the sides and the back with the crushed gravel, so that way we'll have a good base to drive everything around on. It's going to take quite a bit of gravel at first, just it seems that way for sure, but I want to get this start. I need to start getting this packed, because the quicker we can get this packed, the quicker we can keep the rain and everything off of it and keep everything drying out. I am just thinking back to all the building projects that we have done, the big ones, the barns at the other property, and now the harvest house. Anytime we do anything big, it always gets rainy, wet, and muddy. Actually, not even building projects, just projects in general. Anytime we try to dig a hole or get anything done, we get a ton of rain. When we started doing the underground water lines here, as soon as I got a trench open, it would rain. That was a huge mess. Doing our first barn, that was a huge muddy mess, and it rained the whole time we got all of the foundation work done. I remember that. Oof. And then actually the other building we did, anytime we dug a hole to do the piers for the 24 by 30 Jamaica Cottage Shop salt box building, that was a rainy mess. Actually, one of the piers got washed out because of the rain and got collapsed on. The harvest house out here, that was the same thing. We got a ton of rain while we were trying to get this all done. What I will say about that is the first barn that we did, the people we worked with to do the dirt work, he was always vibrating, compacting every night, and especially right before it would rain, and I was like, nah, it's not gonna make a difference. But we never had like a soggy mess. And one time he brought a bunch of material in, and he's like, oh, I don't have time to get this before the rain comes. I was there working alongside him. I said, give me a compactor, I'll compact it. And I got most of the areas compacted. There was one spot I didn't get it super compacted. And the next morning, everywhere I got compacted, and it was just sand, it was hard as a rock. The couple of spots that didn't get super compacted, you would walk over and it was just mush, and you would sink in it. So if you can compact your work, so that way the rain sheds off of it and it can't like soak in, it makes a huge difference. So that's what I want to make sure we can get done here. This Harbor Freight plate compactor has worked out awesome, and it's definitely worth the investment. I feel like this is one of the most underrated tools, is a plate compactor. It usually starts up pretty good, which always surprises me. I think I'm gonna just straight smooth this out a little bit better with my box scraper. It doesn't need to be, but it'll make it easier for me to compact it with that little tiny plate compactor. And the more we can get it compacted in between layers, the better it's going to be. So yeah, I'm just gonna smooth this out just a whisker, and that way that compactor will work better. I wanna thank Good Chop for sponsoring today's video. What is Good Chop, you ask? Good Chop is a flexible online meat subscription delivered right to your door. How can it get any better than that? Simple. It is all American meat and seafood. All of the meat and seafood that they sell is raised in the US of A, which is really good to know because there's a lot of meat subscription boxes that the meat does not come from the US of A. And we want to be able to support USA farmers, ranchers, fisheries, and making sure that all of this delicious food comes right here so we know what we're getting. Good Chop has over 60 different prime cuts of meat you can get. The one I'm looking forward to cooking up tonight is the beef New York strip steak. They also have sockeye salmon. Those are looking good. Some nice chicken breasts. In here we also have some burger. Some pork chops. I love me some good pork chops. And some thick cut bacon. You can't go wrong with thick cut bacon. They offer so much more. We just have a small sample of what they have to offer. Like I said, they have over 60 cuts of meats. They have chicken, all different kinds of chickens. You can get chicken breasts, chicken thighs, chicken wings, you name it. When it comes to the pork, there's pork loins, there's pork butts, pork chops. There's a ton of different meats. Beef, there's ground burger, there's hamburger patties, there's filet mignons, there's porterhouse, there's the New York strip steaks, there's T-bones. And then with their seafood, there is a ton also. I really like Good Chop, and that is all sourced right here from the US of A. And I am excited to get this delicious meat in my mouth tonight. I can't wait to get this cooked up. They already look delicious. Oh, look at those delicious steaks. A glob of butter on each one. I also got some nice sauteed garlic and butter. Oh, it looks so good. You gotta give it a good little taste test. That is delicious. I want to thank Good Chop for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to get some all-American meats and seafood, click our link in the video description down below or go to goodchop.com/YouTube and enter the code LUMNAH120 and you'll get $120 off across your first 4 boxes of Good Chop. Thanks Good Chop for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to the project. I can hear it in the comments now. Ah, the �ＴYM tractor is a farm tractor. It's not for doing construction work. That �ＴYM tractor can do a lot. If you're looking to get a piece of equipment, I think a �ＴYM farm tractor is perfect because you get your bucket, you can put a backhoe on it, you get all the different attachments. If you're gonna be doing more than one thing with it, I think that's more versatile than a skid steer. A skid steer has its place and it's a lot faster, but for doing everything we do around here, I love that thing. That's what we use to do the house. We use that for a ton, that in our Mini X, and we were able to do a lot of our own dirt work. All right, I think it's something like 6 inches is what they recommend compacting at once. Anything over 6 inches, it won't compact that great. So if you can do it like this, it works out really good, even with a small plate compactor. All right, let's try that. We'll get it compacted now. Just got done fueling up the Bobcat, and I hear him coming up the gravel driveway. You can hear him from a distance. You can hear the stone. It's kind of nice. It's like an alarm system. So perfect timing. Let's see if I can scoot down in front of him, get in position. Once you get a load of gravel spread out, there's not a lot in a dump truck load. We'll get that one spread out, compacted, and then he should be back with another one, and hopefully the rain holds off. I like to get it spread kind of level and then just keep adding like the same amount all the way all around, like a level of cheese on a pizza. One coat, another coat, one coat, another coat. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's what I find works best for me. All right, let's see if we got time to get this compacted before he shows back up. One thing with a little mini excavator versus the big one, it takes a lot longer to spread that material. With the big excavator, you can reach over with a bigger bucket, pick it up, and you can move in one spot around a lot more. So in the little mini excavator, you kind of gotta go back and forth, and it takes you I'd say probably 5 times as long, if not longer, in the mini versus the big ones. You probably can't hear that, but I'm not lying. Just got done finished and I can hear that truck come up the driveway. It's like perfect timing. You can hear it? That's the crow, but you can hear the stone. He's probably at the beginning, but it's kind of fun how you can hear him coming. All right, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's a lot closer. We still need to bring in more fill to get everything up and level, but this is a good start, especially since it's the end of the day and we can't get any more trucks here till the morning. So I'm gonna compact this, get it all nice and packed down, so if we do get rain, it kind of just beads off of it, and that's why we're spreading it the way we are right now. It's because we have rain coming in, so I want to make sure it's level and we can keep all the area dry, level-ish, and keep everything running away from where we're going to be building. All right, that's looking pretty good. The center is high. It might be high enough for the finished grade. We'll check that in the morning, but I wanted to have the center high and kind of have it tapered to the edges overnight since we're getting the rain, and I knew it wouldn't be all done. So I think that'll help shed all of the water. I want to go drain that little bit of that puddle right there. It's already kind of got a ditch. It's going that way. It's just not draining. So I want to get that draining so we don't have sitting water. The sooner we can get that to drain, the quicker everything else will dry out. So I'm going to get in the excavator, get that done. I'll keep an eye on that for a minute, but I think that's gonna do it. It's flowing from up there. I just wanna make sure we have enough pitch so we drain that really good, that all the water just stays flowing that way, and that'll help dry all that a lot better. I didn't think there was that much water there, but it has been flowing pretty good. I'm glad I decided to drain that, because that would not have been good. Well, we got done just in time. Just heard some thunder, and look at that sky. So we'll see how everything holds up overnight to this rain. It's definitely a storm brewing. That's not very pretty. I'm glad we were able to get it done before the rain showed up.
So I have a quart of cream that I'm going to turn hopefully into butter. So I have it at room temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. I have it on 8. It's starting to look past the whipped cream stage, so we should be getting somewhere. This is getting pretty exciting. I can definitely see why someone would use a blender. Okay, we're gonna see we get a little bit more buttermilk out. Okay, here's my butter, but I'm gonna go ahead and I mean, this is like plain Play-Doh or slime. Okay, here we go. 1 quart of cream made exactly 4 sticks of butter. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the cover on, get them in the freezer, and I've had a little taste test. It tastes like butter, salted butter. I like it. I'm very excited.
Good morning, piggies. We got a ton of rain last night. We had the thunderstorms, and then when we went to bed, it came down in buckets. The whole inside of the mule first thing this morning was soaking wet from one end to another. So that tells me it was just, whew. I don't know how much that we got. I need to put a rain gauge out. I have one. Thank you for who sent that. I just haven't put it out yet. But it came down, and we have puddles over here. We already did all the other chores. The milking's done. I think Gina said she got about 2 gallons or 2.5 gallons of milk. She's gonna make some cheese today. We've been doing some ice cream, and that has been delicious. We tried some frozen yogurt, all different things, and it's been great. Oh, Gina made some homemade butter. That was delicious. We've used the buttermilk for making gravy and mashed potatoes. Fresh, real buttermilk. Nothing compares to it. It is so sweet and delicious. Never had it before, and it's nothing like store-bought buttermilk or buttermilk powder. There's a difference between the real thing. There always is. I gotta feed the pigs. Then we gotta go over after and check out the work site and see if we can get to work on that. I'm hoping we can work on it today, and then I think after that we're gonna take a couple of days off from it because we have more rain coming in the forecast. I don't know. It doesn't want to stop here. I can't complain. Everything is growing. We got grass that's going to be growing once the sun decides to come up. We're going to have so much grass here for the cows and for the animals. We're going to have to move these piglets because they're starting to get big, but they're not big enough yet to go out on their own because we have some big wild critters around here. And I want to be able to eat my bacon, and I don't want to be feeding these to the bears or the coyotes. So they're staying here. But yeah, let me get these guys fed, and I'll meet you down at the work site after. So that's some good stuff. I've been seeing a lot of comments lately, like, why did we stop building the remote cabin in the woods? That was done, and we stayed in it. If you guys missed that series, go check it out. It was a few videos back. We built a spot so we could have a nice little cabin out in the woods in the middle of nowhere by a creek, which is awesome. But people wanted to know why we're jumping around from project to project to project and not finishing everything. Our climate and our weather dictates on what we can do. We were able to work on that project in the rain. We can't do the siding yet because we're waiting on a lift. And I actually think I'm going to have to push that lift off even further because we need to get that work site ready so we can stop pouring concrete, so we can stop building the workshop sooner than later. And it all goes on our climate. We have a lot of rain here. We get a lot of winter weather. So I'm trying to make sure we get the workshop up and going so we have projects. So when it does snow, we can either work in the workshop or we can be finishing the workshop. We want to try to get the barn up this year or part of it. So there's lots of parts and pieces that have to get done. And that's why we jump around. We have like a big vision of what we want to get done here on our off-grid property in the woods. It's a ton of property. There's lots of things we want to do. We have big goals and dreams. And yeah, we want to get there. So that's why we're jumping around. Like if the house isn't sided, it's not the end of the world. If this project started, it's not the end of the world. If we have a cabin down here that doesn't get used all the time right away, it's okay. We have our shipping container cabin that we built. We have bigger plans for that in the future, but right now they're on the back burner because we have more important things that we need to get done. And we built that cabin first for a few reasons, but also because when we first bought this property, that's what we were able to do at the time. We couldn't stop building the house because it was winter. So we started on that one. That project is partially started. It's not finished. It's going to get moved in the future. And there's more to go on that. Maybe someday we'll make a whole video talking about that. If you guys want to know more about our shipping container cabin and what is going on with that, let me know, because that could be a whole topic in itself. But we just jump around on projects to projects to get things finished and to keep our big vision dream moving forward. I hope that makes sense, because there's a lot we want to do, and there's a lot of moving pieces when you're trying to build a working farm from the ground up, from raw land. So I'm gonna go eat breakfast, then I'll meet you at the job site. It is looking pretty good down here, but being down here on foot and with small equipment is nothing. The big deciding factor is the heavy equipment, especially the loaded dump trucks. Those things weigh a lot, so he's coming in with a load in a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how that driveway held up, the entranceway, and then coming over here. We're good. So this is kind of center. This is, I'm thinking, the highest spot we have so far with Phil, so I'm curious to see how it is. So we got to come up 4 inches. That's not too bad. All right, just brought the excavator down, parked it up high, so that way it's not in his way, backing up the dump truck. And he just got here, so I'm curious to see how everything is going to hold up with the weight of the dump truck on it. All right, we got this first pile spread out pretty quickly. Now I want to figure out where our height is at. I'm gonna say we're about 2.5 inches shy there. All right, we got a few passing showers, but actually a little bit of rain while we're doing this isn't bad, because it'll help actually compact everything down. It's kind of weird. You want some rain, you just don't want too much. While I'm waiting for the next dump truck to come, I figured I would set up Azalea and Cookie's pasture for tomorrow. We'll leave them out here all day today. Tonight we'll bring them in. We've been starting to separate Cookie at night. So Cookie goes in the stall, Azalea stays out, and in the morning we'll bring them both out here. But we like to move everything over the night before. So after we move them, I'll bring the milking stanchion, bring it in here, and then I'll come behind and I will mow this. There is still a decent amount of grass left. A lot of it is not anything great for her to eat, and if she does eat it, it makes her milk not the best tasting. So we're not pushing on what she eats, and then the other good grass that's not eaten, she's already trampled all over. So that's gonna have to get moved, and then hopefully better grass will grow back next time. Such a good mama. Old, new. Well, the rain showers that we weren't supposed to get today are here. Here comes another rain shower. Hopefully it's just a shower and nothing too extreme. Feel like I'm starting to get the swing of the mini excavator again, leveling with it. Let's get this other pile spread out, and I'm thinking maybe in between, after, if we'll do one, I'll push that pile that way to the back and to the side, and then I'll have one dumped in the middle. That's what I'm thinking, and then we'll have to do the front. The front might only be one pile, so that'd be nice. Surprise, surprise, it's raining out again. It was raining while we were leveling everything off, and then it stopped, and I was getting ready to start compacting, and then it started downpouring again. So the compacting isn't happening. I'm hoping I can get that compacted before they show up with another load, but I don't know. Well, the rain's still coming down. I don't think it's letting up. I keep checking the radar, and the radar's not showing any rain, so I don't know what's up with the radar, but it's not right. I do hear the dump truck coming back. So we'll take it. We'll get another load, get it spread out, and then we'll have to compact. All right, let's get this one spread, and we'll check the back grade, and that should be within a couple of inches of our final grade, I do believe. Once this is spread over for the back, then we'll have like the front third we got to do. And if he can get down here again, the next load is going down here. If he can't, the next load is going to go on the road. So we're going to find out. All right, well, he was able to make it down. So I'm gonna spread that in the morning. This is where I'm gonna have to end this video. I gotta run out to a meeting, but it feels good to get this far done. Of course, now when I gotta run out to a meeting, the sun comes out. But actually, they were calling for rain tomorrow. As of right now, they're saying no rain, so we can haul more gravel in tomorrow. We should be able to get this finished off with the rough grade, and then we'll top dress it. So I am excited, but this will end the video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing here if it wasn't for you guys. So thanks. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.